Hello my lovely ickle fictional characters. How are things going in the byline of my story? Shit, it feels good to be the protagonist with the most yeast. On my couch today is the lovely REN GILL, featured in a new song by Token. Who the squidge is Token? Is that just the band Sleep Token during the day? Or is it Token as in the little tiddlywink disc I used to put in the peep show machines, down on Bournemouth Pier? Only because I was interested in the intricacies of the machine's mechanics, you understand. Not the scantily clad ladies thereafter exposed. Don't cancel me now, this was the 1960s. Almost anything went back then. Any wibbles, Token, or Token? Let's find out.
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Wow, he's condensed a lot into the first few lines. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. That's profound. How often do we try to bend and reshape ourselves just to please others? An element of that is to be expected, of course, in any family, friendship, or wider society. But at what point have we sacrificed the very essence of who we are, compromising our true self in an effort to connect with the other? He then went on to say, "You tried to change me, I tried to change you, we never changed, did we?" And there we have it. Fundamentally, if we are being congruent to ourselves and our values, that will always shine through in the end. And if we and our partner are mismatched, we will never be able to shoehorn ourselves into the other's frame of reference, not in the long run anyway. Fuck, that's deep, man. And yes, that's what she said.
As much as I do wanna love you, I feel like we're speaking two different languages. Your house had a gate and mine had instigated, so that's the environment we feel safer in. You thought it was crazy how long that it took me to tell you I love you, like that was the weirdest. I only heard dad say I love you with mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So how could you blame me, cause you always choose to. You always choose to. You wanna know where I be at all the time, but that's not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to. You knew where your dad was at work or he's home when he's taking the load off. I didn't know where until 1:24 the day I got that phone call. And I let the phone drop. I'm trying to be my best to be a gentleman. I'm trying to learn, I never had the chance. I still look to my manager, but he gon' teach me how to be a rapper before a good man. I grew up afraid to find a letter on mama's dresser telling us goodbye. I'm used to it all, so you don't gotta hold back and cry, but I gotta tell you why.
Oof, that hit hard. Token is recounting how his upbringing influenced how he behaves now he's grown up and in his own relationship. His dad rarely said, "I love you," to his mom, preferring to immerse himself in music. His dad wasn't around much and he lived in fear that one day his dad would leave them. Whereas his partner's dad was around a lot growing up, and so they now expect Token to be too. And I find it very touching and a bit sad that he's now looking to his manager to be the male role model he never had, to be a pseudo-father figure, but acknowledging that his manager only really cares about improving the craft of his rapping. He can't or won't play any more of a role than that. But it's still missing, still needed. I really feel for Token and every other person who feels the same way.
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
I'm not right for you, but I won't get up and leave.
Aw, it's our ickle sick boy Rennie Boo. Is he just gonna sing a chorus or will we hear him rap too? Has Josh perfected his recipe for homemade rice cakes? Will Carol ever let Ren out of her basement so he can tour again? He's not really been in Mexico, you know. Carol is a master of deep fakes. So deep, so fake. Ooh matron.
Cause I hate the pain that is colour my veins, that is present in solitary. What does your love look like? Does it look black and white? Is it your kryptonite? Do all your demons get louder at night and the voices get softened when we're intertwined? I've been going to therapy lately, cause the cause and the fact made me hate thee. The way that I feel when the loving gets real, cause I just wanna run and escape the pressure that paints me. Pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to maybes. Pressure of bravely moving in the same direction. The pressure been driving me crazy. So my therapist said that these wounds that I kept were created when I was a kid. And just like that, all my thoughts raced back to a Welsh town, 96. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of forgive. This cycle repeats, every night I try to sleep, hearing the screams through concrete.
Oh wow, so we are getting to hear a bit more detail behind Ren's line, and through the walls I heard love dying. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of deceiving and cheating and lying. The weeds were uprooted, the garden is dying, but still she forgives. The cycle repeats every night. I tried to sleep, hearing the screams through concrete. Fucking hell. My heart is bleeding for little Ren. He would have been 6 years old at this point. Confused, scared, possibly blaming himself for some of the arguments. His therapist is correct when they said, these moods were created as a kid. You know, when we're around 6 years old, we start forming what therapists call a life script. It's like a subconscious story we start telling ourselves about how life works, who we are, how love works, what we can expect from the world. And we don't write it with words, we write it with feelings, with patterns, with what we see, and more importantly, what we feel missing. So picture this. You're 6 years old. Mom and dad are shouting again. Every night. You don't understand all the words. Cheating, lying, you always do this, but you feel it. Your little nervous system is a sponge, and all it's soaking up is chaos, betrayal, fear. So your brain starts writing that script. Love isn't safe. People can't be trusted. Dad hurts mom. Mom cries. I must be the problem. Or maybe even, I have to be the fixer. I have to keep everyone calm. That's the kind of silent, invisible ink that writes itself on a kid's identity. And the thing is, we carry that script into adult life. We repeat it, we attract it, or we rebel so hard against it we end up hurting ourselves. So when a track like this comes along, when Token and Ren open that door to childhood pain and broken families, it's not just clever lyricism, it's therapy. It's music that puts a hand on the shoulder of your inner 6-year-old and says, I see you. You were never the problem. You just didn't have the words yet.
Mothering peace, a vision of love, a lesson that fused with the cells in my blood, a lesson that taught me that love ain't enough and that love can be porcelain when times get tough. Flash forward 5 years later, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car with my maker. My dad looked shaken, turned to face him, the words that he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created, and I've made mistakes but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me, my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren, strong for my sister, my mum at a loose end. Confused but moving through the confusion, my born new love feels fake like What does your love look like? Does it tear your inside? Does it keep you up at night? My brother. Does it make you feel like a fist in your windpipe? Suffocate the feeling of what love's meant to feel like. Navigating clean but I'm still not quite right. One night stand, make the pain stop one night. One more heart to the blade of my cold night. What does your love look like?
Ren's verses were immaculate. I really like how Token and Ren's voices complement each other, and how they are each telling their own stories which are distinct but parallel. You can really see how they must have sat down together, found things they had in common, and structured the whole song around that. Beautiful.
You realize how hard that I work and you told me you feel for me. If I lost all my motivation tomorrow, would you still love me? It's easy to love when I'm up, when I'm down and you leaving. You can't even give me an answer cause you never seen it, and that's why it's hard to believe it. If you need help when I'm too far away, is it over for you? Maybe I'm just not the person for you, even though I still could be the soul for you. Maybe we are meant to be together, but our history got in the way. Your trust issues, my fear issues, too many issues at play. You yell fast, I get quiet, you wanna see more passion. I've seen what real yelling can lead to, so no, I don't have it. I grew up afraid to see holes in a wall in a room that was locked from inside. I promise I'm used to it all. You don't gotta ever hold back and cry, but I gotta tell you why. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Aw shit, this song is catchy and fairly upbeat melodically, but the lyrics are spoken quite flat, and that supports the message. Pretty gloomy overall. Here's the thing about life scripts. They don't just live in one generation. They echo, they ripple, they repeat, not because people are bad, not because they want to cause pain, but because hurt people parent like they were parented, unless they do the impossible work of stopping the cycle. So maybe your dad never said, "I love you." Maybe he thought providing was enough. Maybe he had no idea how to show up emotionally, because his dad never did either. And now, you're grown, you've got kids of your own, and you find yourself pulling away when things get too emotional. You struggle to say the words, to sit still long enough to connect. And a voice inside whispers, "Damn, I've become him." But here's the power of awareness, and it can be your superpower. The moment you notice the pattern, you're no longer just repeating the script. You're rewriting it. One hug at bedtime, one "I love you" you force out through a lump in your throat. One time you stay when every bone in your body wants to run. That's how generational trauma ends, not in a big dramatic movie scene, but in the quiet courage to show up differently, even when it feels unnatural. Especially then. Keep on keeping on, my beautiful little disco biscuits. Until next time, peace.